And welcome back to another episode of Watch Me Mix. In the last episode, we left off with the drums and the bass, and we're about to get into some other percussive stuff before we find acoustic guitar, synths, and then vocals. So yeah, let's get right back into it. The next thing I had on my plate here is going to be this percussion loop. So let's take a listen to that. That looks like it's going to be pretty important because it's pretty loud. By the way, you can change the size of the waveforms right up here. You just click, hold, and drag up and down. So I can see this one is pretty loud. Let's take a listen. Okay, so we're just going to pull that all the way down, and we're going to mix that in with everything else I've done so far. And I have to remind myself I haven't done anything with these three tom mics yet. So let's take a listen. So this is a cool example. You could have this up really loud if you wanted to, and it would still work. It's sort of an artistic decision. I'm going to put it up loud enough that it can be heard, but not be distracting. And this is something that can be changed as you go. Once again, this series is really about delivering a mix to a client that has every element that's in the mix, audible, so they can hear everything. It's not necessarily trying to get the best possible mix. This is like a first pass to get everything listenable and really get the whole session set up to really start going into the weeds on mixing. I think that's a step a lot of people just sort of run over. They immediately try to go to the best possible sound, and I think a really good first step is to get everything, I always say, getting it set up, getting things just organized. So again, this is going to be loud enough that it can be heard, but not loud enough to be distracting. So let's mix that in. Something like that. And easily this could be brought up or down. And yeah, the idea is to get everything set up in such a way that you can make easy changes without having giant impacts on 6 other things. Okay, so this is just like a little finger symbol, it looks like. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so okay, and we'll leave that right at -6 here. I think that's fine. Now we got this drip. I skipped this earlier. This is almost like it's like a claves sound. Probably wants a bunch of reverb on it. But remember, we've got other things happening here. Synth and guitar, and the lead vocal. So I'll leave that right there. Maybe down a touch. It's one of these sounds that it will cut through a lot of things. So turning it down a lot, you can still hear it a fair amount. Cool. Now let me hit these toms. Okay, so this is basically one tom fill right here. This right here is one tom fill. So if we just solo all of them together and then select them all together, we can loop this area and turn them all up or down together. Yeah, they're actually pretty quiet. So let me put them at like -1, see what it sounds like. Yeah, they sound a little sort of boring and disjointed. This is something that you could fix as we go further. I don't want to get too in the weeds on this now. It's one little fill that we don't need to spend hours on right now when we haven't even listened to the vocal or the acoustic. Yeah, it is sort of just a a fumbly little fill anyway. But we want to hear it in context with the whole song. So we can hear it now. It's there, and we'll leave it alone. I don't want to spend hours and hours playing with this and find out it doesn't work with something else. Because, I'm calling it sort of a fumble right now, but who knows what's happening here. So it's very important. Get things set up that you can hear them and move on. Don't spend hours and hours on one thing on your first pass. All right, so next, acoustic guitar. This is sort of the primary instrument of the song other than the synths. So it's a pretty important piece. You can see as I look through the rest of this, it's like acoustic guitar and vocal. That's it. And then it goes to the chorus, which is like the drums and the synths. So yeah, this is an important piece. So this really nice sounding guitar. There's no bass guitar happening during this. So we'll leave most of the low end in here. If you had a big, heavy bass guitar, you might do something like this, but no need to. Plenty of top end, maybe boost a little bit more. And let's just see how this responds to compression. We'll just use the standard acoustic guitar preset. Yeah, and this is another one, probably wants some reverb. But we're going to leave that off for now. There's a synth that goes with it. Let's just loop this area here. It's a nice synth. It's very gentle. Really adds a lot. And I don't see anything else happening right here other than the vocal. So really my goal now is to get these two tracks, the acoustic guitar and the synth, mixed in with anything else. Like right now it's just this bass synth. So let me just solo all these. I think that's fine. This maybe could come down a touch, the guitar and synth. But really it's going to be about mixing the vocal with that. Okay, so now we've got another synth here that happens during the chorus. We're going back to this chorus part. And there's a bunch of things to go through here. I'm going to turn the view up a little bit so we can see all the different stacks here. So this is going to be a lot of, as I say, artistic decisions, like where things are panned, because essentially this and all the way up to this, all these tracks are essentially acting as one sound right here. They're all part of the same chorus sound. So let's take a listen to them one by one, and we'll just kind of see what's going on. Because some of them have some silent parts. Okay, that's a really thin one. Okay. Okay. Very tastefully done. So nothing's overdoing anything else. This makes my job very easy. So it could have been that all these synths were just these loud lead parts, but they're all little things. They're all little things helping each other. So it's a really good sort of a masterclass in composition. You could add 6 synths that sound amazing in here, but all together at once, maybe not. So really, really nicely arranged here. So let's take a listen to them one by one. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep this one, which I've already mixed against the acoustic guitar, keep this one where it is and mix every other thing in level-wise with it. I'm not even going to EQ these. I think they all sound just fine, and we'll see as we go if I want to throw an EQ or compressor on any of them, but I think it's going to be more about level, maybe panning, but we'll see. So let's play this one. I'm going to pull this one all the way down, solo it, and then start to bring it up. And that's what I'm going to do for every one of these. So just mixing in. This one, all the way down, bring it up. You know, and as I'm doing this, I'm looking at the waveform. I know that what I just heard, and this one is the loudest part, and the rest is a little bit quieter. Allows me to go through this fairly quickly and just get them organized. This is that arpeggio. It's got auto pan on it. I can see it's already panned by looking at the levels right here, as are all these, so I don't need to go crazy with panning. Very tastefully done synths. A lot of little things that complement each other. If you look carefully, these two complement each other. And then this and this actually also complement each other. You can just see with the waveforms. So this is a really good class, master class, as I said earlier, about how to arrange synths. How about this one? Also going off of each other here. And this one. You can see what I'm doing is cranking this one really high so I can really hear what it is, and then I'll slowly pull it down. This one. Nice. A couple other little synths in here. Okay, heavy pan on this one, all the way left, all the way right. This one right in the middle. Beautiful. So let's listen to all those together following everything I've done so far. Awesome. So we'll loop all the way up to here. We'll take a listen. Because I mixed all these synths together with each other, and I'm happy with how they sound relative to each other, I can select them all, and then I can essentially bring them all up or down together against the drums. Nice. Yeah, this last one. Yeah. Cool. So I'm happy with that. So that gets our synths done, and we're going to go into these like trumpets and strings in the next episode. Stay with me. We'll keep it going.